Hello everybody and welcome back to Chaos TV. We are going to have Lowland Lions facing off against TSM, but Bass, I'm not sure if you got the Skype message, but my computer has completely frozen. My whole screen is frozen. The last message I saw was a Windows message saying, League of Legends client has stopped responding, so... Okay, so it's automatically closed, and
you should be able to reconnect.
Yeah, I just loaded up the wrong game, so I'm going to have two games loading at the same time. Nice.
That timing though, loaded in the second game. Oh, my computer stopped working. Looks like we're actually
I'll have to reconnect, right?
Yeah, I think you need to reconnect. I thought for a second we have a team fight. Obviously, I am behind, basically on delay, so I can't actually see this as it goes live. So this is kind of a double whammy, so to speak. Are you reconnecting them?
Yeah, I'm loading the game back up. I'm not. Will I get the reconnect message, right? I should do.
Should do. Like, yeah, we have had some early kills, so that's pretty awful. It appears, and I'm saying this as again, guys, I have a delay, so I apologise. I would be jumping right into the caster seat, so to speak. But we're gonna have Alistair and also Leona both going down. So obviously both the supports have been taken out here early on, and we are just waiting for Enzi to reconnect. Is it all good for you, dude?
Loading in the game now.
Roger.
And now I get the what? So I press reconnect and then it goes League of Legends TM client is not responding. Okay. Nice.
This is weird. I never had this issue before, dude. I would love to jump in, guys. I can only apologise, but the problem is if I try and cast this as if I'm live, I'm always going to be kind of 10 seconds behind, and it's just going to be a massive mind screw for all of you. And in that sense, it's probably not worth doing live commentary because it's just going to mess things up.
I'm turning my internet security off. Maybe that's something wrong. So I'll check that. If that doesn't work, I can try giving you my login, Vince, to LOL to see if that works. Then you can go in. But I'm going to try this once more.
Well, fingers crossed it works for you, dude. Again, apologies, guys. Nothing we can do, really. It's one of those technical difficulties. These things happen. That's actually true. Bass just said that with this new streaming system, I think you can rewind back to the start and start again, but obviously...
I'm in! I am in. Yes, I am. Alright, I apologise for that, guys. My computer derped, I turned my internet security off, and boom! But it looks like at bot lane Ashe... Wait, how's that possible? Oh yeah, Ashe just got killed on towards X Special. I was kind of derping for a second there, I do apologise. But yeah, there we go, another kill at bot lane. Sneaky is going to get that one. I do apologise for that, guys. Obviously nothing to do with me that side. I couldn't really do anything about it, so I have turned that off. And it's all good, but it looks like 3 kills to 1, Lowland Lions ahead. Can you just tell me what's happened, Vince? Because obviously you've been watching the stream, I have no idea.
Well, they had a Team 1 fight, which is pretty much the first all-out aggression that we've seen in the Corsair Vengeance Cup, where both teams kind of butt heads, and we had an exchange of 1-for-1. Both the supports did fall, and from then on, it's just been a case that I believe Rise managed to catch a player on the mid tower. I think Kennen went down there, trying to basically tower dive, and then obviously he just came in there for the Ashe kill onto bot lane. So it's been pretty nice stuff so far for Lowland Lions.
Yep, Mundo did just have an attempt at top lane for a gank, and here comes Odd One, as he is going to go in towards that bush. Tarzan looking like he wants to recall, but he wants to stick around as well. I can only guess Odd One did No, I'm completely derping once again. But Funi has to be very careful here. His Renegade, which is Odd One, is going to come out. But Tarzan, great thinking, staying around there just to make sure Odd One wasn't able to capitalize on that one. And Odd One is going to back away. Tarzan is going to back away as well. Both junglers are just going to go the safe route and go back towards their jungles and get some farm. As the top lane is going to get pushed. Darius is going to try and get the CS best he can. As he's going to be able to do that, and Kennen, which is Reginald, has to be very careful here as Mundo is in that bush and he's ready to pounce. The snare does go down. Ignite has been popped, but Rice has to back away as a bit of damage was getting done. But Ashe is there at bot lane. The ping does come out, and hopefully they have called it as Reginald is in a spot of bother here. Can he get away? Rise is there. He comes out the bush at the wrong time. Snare comes in. And the E, and Mundo's there to finish it off, but here comes Odd One. Ignite was popping down as well, and now Odd One has to try and escape, but here comes Ashe. Is the slow going to get popped? Yes, that's going to be another kill for Lowland Lions, and for Ashe as well. Ashe rocking that 2-0 scoreline. That's going to be 5-2, and it's not going to be good for bot lane, especially for Chaos. Now Ashe is a bit stronger, and it's not going to go too well there. But, you know, great play from Lowland Lions. Good positioning once again. Nice gank coming in. Forced Reggie to go back. It was actually very close. I thought Reginald might have been able to escape. But he came out of that bush, you know, at the perfectly wrong position.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, Ashe is one of those characters, as we said at last game as well, that the longer the game goes on, the more farm that she gets, she's going to be more and more of a pain, more and more of a terror for the opposition. So that opening start here with 2 kills and 1 assist.
Bot lane, Alistair has actually had to flash away as the Ignite was popping out. I do apologise, Evans. I thought for a second that we could have seen a kill, but carry on.
No worries. Of course, jump in because I do have the delay. But yeah, I think just Ashe. Basically, what I was going to say is Ashe is definitely going to be more and more of a threat as this game goes on, and she's had a beautiful start as well. So definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash does come in from Rise as he is going to jump on towards it. Special there. Chaos did actually use his flash as well to have to get away. But there goes Starry as he will go in towards that. And another kill getting exchanged at bot lane. It just seems everything's going wrong at the moment for that bot lane. As Odd One is going to wait, maybe Rise to cross, but no, he is going to go back as the blue is up, and he wants to get that. But, you know, nice stuff once again. Rise coming down for the gank through the Tribush. Chaos and Special were a bit too much pushed up, and when you've got a Rise coming down and you've got Alistair there as well, you can't really do much against that. But mid looks like there is a possible gank on the cards here, as Tarzan is there in the bush, and Reginald has to be very, very careful here, as he has pushed that lane up, trying to get the CS best he can. And Rise is just staying under that tower now, as Reggie looks to be in a bit of trouble. As here comes Mundo, lightning rush, but a snare, perfect time. Cleaver does miss, but there's the exhaust as Reginald is forced to pop his ultimate, and here comes Odd One coming in. But there was no support or backup from Reginald right there, as he was very low with his HP, wasn't able to capitalize on there, but very lucky, you know, from Reginald right there. And exhaust was popped. And you know, the snare was initially done on towards Rise, but maybe a bit too late. They could have probably pushed that exhaust first and then the snare coming in, but regardless, no kills going to be exchanged. The blue is going to go towards Rise, and Rise is going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, and the great thing about Rise right now is because he's had a relatively easy mid lane with obviously Kennen trying to tower dive and it not working out, he's allowed to now just free roam. He can go to the likes of top and bottom lane with that snare, really put down a lot of pain, and really try his best to steamroll and smother through those lanes. And of course, Lowland Lions realise, look guys, we are a map behind, we lost the first game, we simply have to win this. We're in the lower bracket. If we lose this matchup, we're out of the Corsair Vengeance Cup. And you can see that they're very, very hungry for this game, started incredibly well.
Yep, the only downside really, where I'm in top lane, it looks like Vlad did just waste his armor there. Funi is going to chase him down. He could maybe go for this tower dive, but he is relatively low, as I have just missed some action in mid lane as Reginald has fallen, and Odd One is there against 2 players of Mundo and Rise. Apologies for that one, but I don't catch everything, as Reginald is going to go down. He's going to have to spectate for about 10 seconds, then he'll be back up once again. But great activity in that jungle for Mundo right now, as he is going to go towards the bot lane, although the lane is completely pushed. Is there any wards around this river area? No, there is not, for TSM. So they do not know Tarzan is there. But he is just going to recall, maybe. No, he is going to cancel that recall right now. As Alistair is going to go in towards that bush. Maybe Sneaky going to try in for an arrow, but they've gone in at the wrong possible time as Mundo was there in that bush. Although Sneaky could maybe go down, but Especial, just him, is not going to work. And here comes Odd One to try and save the day. Exhaust has been popped. It looks like Tarzan could go down. Fear was procced off. Beautiful play from Odd One. But despite that, Especial was going to go down, but it was only ABABAB, who is Alistair getting that support there, so the support's trading kills, but beautiful play from Odd One right there to come in and just save the day. A beautiful Fear to save that one, and really nice stuff from TSM right there. For a second I thought maybe that was the wrong time, but it was a great time. As mid we see Reginald gonna stun on towards Starry in that mid, and Reginald has run straight into the tower and the snare comes in, and wow! For a second there, I thought Reginald had that, but great quick reaction time from Starry right there to just pop that snare right in the middle of the tower range. And really unlucky from Reginald right there. Could see what he was trying to do. He had 1 Q left and he probably could have finished him off, but it wasn't to be. So unlucky stuff.
That was basically a carbon copy of how he died early on in the game for the believed the second or third kill in this matchup. He pretty much tried to go into the tower and kill Rise. Rise snares him on the tower, and he dies. So that's kind of the second time that we've seen that now. And Rise is just getting more and more powerful. Has that blue buff. He's going to chug through the health pots, just go and do whatever he pleases right now, and he is going to become an absolute monster. Because Rise is the kind of character you really don't want to get early farm and feed.
Yep, and he's already received some feed. He is currently at 5-1. He has got that catalyst, and he's also got the kit tears. As bot lane, we do see some action going off as Alistair is going to get that kill, and Mundo is going to tower dive as Alistair does take the aggro. Special looks to be going down here, and Tarzan will claim the kill. Apologies for that one as well. So bot lane again, kills getting exchanged. The dragon is actually up. They could go for this one now. Both players from bot lane have gone down from TSM. So one thing they weren't able to do last game is even get a dragon. This game they are going to try it, as Odd One may be going to go for this steal right now. But Starry is there, so if Odd One gets caught out of position, he is going to go down. The dragon has been got, and Odd One is going to back away. And there's an easy dragon for Lowland Lions.
Yeah, no ward coverage though there from TSM, so they didn't really know that Mundo was on the way. They didn't really know what was about to happen, what was about to unfold. So, wards win matches. They really do. These are really fundamental things right now, and you have to say, London Lions 11-3 ahead are just looking so strong here.
Yeah, ward did go down from Odd One there. The pink was actually put down as well, but they didn't have any vision before that, so maybe something to work on. But I don't think they've actually had the chance to actually ward. I mean, the lane at bot has been pushed constantly. Mundo has been active in the jungle as well. He's come out of that jungle and ganked bot numerous number of times. And TSM, I think Chaos and Especial have just needed some help from the get-go. I mean, get some ganks at bot lane from Odd One. That time he did come down, it was great stuff. They managed to get a kill. They did drop. They did actually lose one, but kills at this stage, they really need them. Ash is on 2-0. Chaos is on 1-1 right now. 1 kill, 1 death. But Mundo has gone down there, got a couple kills for himself as well. So I think maybe a couple ganks from Odd One bot lane would be very useful. Darius is going to farm these creeps up top lane. Blue is up now for Lowland Lions, and this is going to go on towards Rise. Let's have a quick look at CS at bot lane. We have got Chaos, who is on 100 CS. Ash, which is obviously sneaky, is on 77. So despite bot lane being pushed numerous number of times from Lowland Lions, and a load of kills getting exchanged, still. The CS is in favour of Chaos. He's doing a very good job. As top lane, a bit of action is going to come off here. As Tarzan looked to be going for the gank. Odd One was in that tri-bush, just ready and waiting to pounce. As Reginald is lurking around this river. Both of the wards actually go down right now. Odd One is going to back away, but I don't think anything's going to come of it. And both teams are going to back off.
Yeah, the only lane that's really being won from TSM right now is Dyrus at top lane. He's the only person that's really, ahead by quite a considerable margin. Sure, Corki has higher creep score and stuff than Ashe does, but Ashe has 2 kills and 6 assists. So Ashe is very nice on the gold. She has the BF sword and the Berserker's Greaves with a couple Doran's blades, so she's going to be very strong. So you have to say that Dyrus is going to have to feature more and more in this game. The good news for him, of course, with Vlad, in those team fights, he can really turn the battle for his team, and he can be very, very involved. So TSM, even though 11-3 looks like a crushing defeat right now, they're not that far behind on gold. They can pull this one back.
Yeah, and for a second there, I actually thought there was going to be a gank at top lane. Odd1 did go in towards that bush, but a ward was placed, and they were able to catch that one out. As Ashe and Alistar are going to go towards this mid lane right now, but Noah's there as well. So they're definitely looking to try and maybe get a kill on towards Reginald here. But no, they are going to back off. Reginald wasn't in that lane. The lane is pushed as well. As he is just going to be able to get these creeps. Reginald did initially go for them raves. Feels like he's maybe going behind a little bit. He is on 109 to Rise's 98. But he's 5 kills down. So he is very, very behind. X Special could fall right now. Looks like it's going to be the case as the headbutt pulverize does come out. As X Special is going to go down. Sneaky is going to claim that one. Ping's going out towards Reginald right now as Odd1 is coming under heavy, heavy pressure. Well, they are going to back away. Reginald has to be very careful as well. But no more players are going to fall yet. And X Special getting caught out once again. I think it's just one of them games for TSM. I don't think anything's really going right for them. Top lane does look Renekton has to be maybe... No, Odd1 is just going to go for the golems. I did actually think for a second they might have gone together and maybe try to get a kill as Renekton was quite pushed, but that isn't going to be the case. But yeah, I think TSM, they're just kind of having an off game right now. But saying that, they're 3k gold behind. They're still in this game. The only bad thing is Rise is on 5 kills, but I still think TSM can bring this one back. They've got a very good composition for, a kind of a team fight. I mean, you've got Alistar to try and deny that, and that's the main character. Mundo is going to come in for that gank, but there's Odd1, which is waiting behind there as Reginald looks to fall right now from Mundo, but he does get the kill initially and shuts down Rise. So, tit for tat action there, and obviously Reginald is going to get that gold advantage now for killing Rise, as he was on a killing streak or something like that. As it looks like Alistar, who is now free roaming, has the ability to do so, is going to be free roaming up towards the top lane with Mundo as well. They have a ward, the Tribush, and the Ghost has had to be popped from Dyrus right there. He had that ward in the Tribush, so they knew they were coming, and he was very, very careful with that one. He had to ghost away, and he did exactly that, as Odd1 has come up the top lane, but they have to be very careful. It's going to be a 3-on-2 fight. They do decide to jump in here, but they are just going to save the turret by clearing their minions back, and I think they are going to go back as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't stress that TSM are still in this game, NZ. 13-4 doesn't look too good for them, but not that far behind on gold, and they have the right characters for those team fights. I think right now TSM's viewpoint is, let's just survive this laning phase. Let's keep ourselves in contention. Sure, they're behind on kills and such at the moment, but they're not that far behind on gold. A lot of their players are actually above on creep score in their lane, and that's really a good sign. You have the Corki with the Trinity Force.
Yeah, bot lane there is going to be a fight kicking off. Sneaky is going to maybe die. No, he's not. Ignite is popping down. He's actually going to survive. Wow, 60 HP. And what looked like a Chaos kill just turned around in an instant. X Special did land the stun as well, but Sneaky just refused to die. And now Dragon's up. Lowland Lions are able to get that one as well. Vlad and Reginald are in the mid lane right now. They are waiting for Lowland Lions, but Darius has to be careful. He is going towards Dragon. And there is a couple players there, but Odd1 is there as well. They are going to try and stop this onslaught. But Starry is coming. It looks like they are just going to leave Dragon, and Tarzan is under constant bombardment from the Dragon. He is going to smite it away, though. Rise is going to get a kill, but Darius gets one back as well. Exhaust popped on towards Odd1. Snare as well. Odd1 should be able to get away. Reginald is there, but no, they're going to keep on chasing, and here comes Chaos out of nowhere, and there's Kennen with the ultimate despite the headbutt, and Chaos gets the first kill. Rise looks to fall. Yes, he is going to go down as Chaos will claim the kill, and there's the double. But they did lose out on that Dragon, but they got 2 kills back, so not too bad. I'd rather get a couple kills back than none.
Yeah, I'm just watching the team fight right now, NZ, and definitely, TSM starting to come back there. Corky got both of the kills in that team fight, which of course is only going to be a good thing from their perspective. Chaos is a sick Corky player, and they're really going to be trying to boss this one. And we said this last game, actually, NZ, that, TSM take gambles, they take risks, they do big plays, they're quite a ballsy bunch of these guys. And sometimes it works out and you look like a genius, sometimes it doesn't. This game seems to be one of those games where it hasn't really worked out for them, but they're still in contention, and winning a couple of important kills right there at the end of that can only be a good thing. So they're definitely still in this one, and actually, the longer this game goes on for, I think they're going to actually start to pull ahead. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I can definitely see it happen as well. The main thing is, Rise is on 7-3, but the main thing with Rise is he's very good on single targets. Don't get me wrong, very strong, can really burst someone down. But, against a full 5 team, he isn't the greatest. But Darius is going to come under some pressure at that top lane as the exhaust is popped. He did try and get away with that as the ultimate has been popped as well from Darius in retaliation. They have actually had to go back as they are going to go under the tower and the ultimate was ticking down. So nice stuff from Darius there. He is going to put the ward in the tri-bush just for good vision. But yeah, I can definitely see it coming. I mean, Chaos is on 164 creeps. Right now, he's doing a very good job. Has actually built that Trinity Force, still has them boots. Ash is on 142 creeps, and just all together, TSM, they're staying in this game by CS. That's the one thing they're staying in with. They are about 3k gold behind. They have lost both dragons, but they're still in the game. It's 16-7, but they're not down and out yet. So they still are in contentions, and like I just said, like you just said, they got such a great team comp to just kind of come back into this game, very strong in team fights and such. So we're just gonna have to see how that one pans out, as all players are just gonna be farming around here. Bot lane is gonna get pushed from Chaos. He has got another 2 kills to his arsenal right now, so it's 3 kills for Chaos and 3 kills for Sneaky. So all even Stevens right there. Alistair himself actually has 3 kills, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Vladimir is looking really strong at top. He's about 30-40 creep score ahead of Renekton. And, yeah, as I said before, I think TSM's viewpoint right now is just survive the laning phase and really start to push forward in the team fights. They have 3 big AoEs. They've got the Vladimir ult, they have the Vladimir pool, they've got the Tides of Blood on Vlad, they've got the ultimate from Kennen, and Leona's stun, her ultimate solar flare. On top of that as well, they've got the Gatling gun from Corky. So when it comes into those 4v4s, 5v5s, TSM have the upper hand. It's just a case of keeping themselves close, getting the right items, and really laying down the pain. You can see now the goal difference is bridging ever so closer all the time. So TSM slowly but surely pulling themselves back in this game.
Yeah, I just caught on there. Ash just escaped with about 80 HP, and Chaos had to back away because he was under the tower. Mid lane, Reginald is going to come under some harassment from Rise right there. Odd One is on his left, and Mundo is on his right. So a possible double gank coming out in mid, but Odd One is going to back away. He has got his armor at his disposal if needed as well. Rise is going to push that lane forward, so Mundo maybe going to go back, but no, he is going to stick around out. He's just going to wait for Reginald to just push at the wrong moment, but Rise looks a bit aggressive right now. It's just going to be a matter of waiting and just waiting this one out to see when Reginald makes that bad move. If he does, that isn't said to say, but Rise is very desperate to land the snare. You can see he's completely zoning Reginald out right now. He's trying his best, as it looks like Tarzan is going to back away, but no, he is just going to go up towards the ramp, and I think we're going to see a tower dive on the cards here as Tarzan is going to pop his armor and go forward, take that tower down. I think he probably would have went on towards Reggie if he didn't see Odd One there, because he rushed straight towards the tower, had the armor popped as well, just in case. So definitely that's the main reason why he didn't go in there. But ABABAB is going to go in towards the opposition jungle, put that ward down. The blue is now up for the TSM side, so maybe a still no. Both Starry and Window are going to go back, so a blue is going to come in for that TSM. And yeah, a bit unlucky, with the gank coming in mid from Tarzan, but it happens. Odd One was just there at the right place at the right time.
So, Enzi, I have to throw a question out to you. What do you think is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 minutes? What are you kind of mystically going to foretell for us here? Because right now, obviously, it's going to be down to that farming. Both teams are going to be trying to edge ahead ever so slowly. But where do you see this one going?
Well, personally, Vince, I haven't actually told anyone this, but in my spare time, I am a professional genie. I haven't told anyone this, obviously, because I want to keep it disclosed, because a lot of people will be wanting, fortunes told and such. But I think, TSM, they're going to try and fight a bit. I think they've got a very good team comp. They do know that Renekton is actually at top lane. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt myself here. Pop the Alm and go on towards Darius, but the pull does come out, but he is going to go under the tower. But the Alm has been popped from Darius. I was just scratching my head a little bit. No, yeah, it was popped, sorry. No, it wasn't. Oh my god, I'm such a derp. Because his armor wasn't even up. It's up now, and Reginald is going to chase it down. What's wrong with me? As they are picking away desperately onto Funi, as he is going to get chased down from Reggie, but I think he should be able to get away. ABABAB is there just in case as well on the Alistair to maybe headbutt him away. Starry is in that mid, so Reginald has to back off. But yeah, I think TSM know they have a very, very good, team composition. That's exactly why they chose it. I think in team fights they're going to be extremely, extremely strong. I think their motto is, like you said, they just want to survive this laning phase. It's kind of ending right now. You're at about 27 minutes, relatively close still on gold, 4K in it, not too much. So I think they've done a good job up to now. So I think them team fights are going to be so good, and TSM just have to withstand a bit more pressure just for a little bit more, and then they can really get their confidence up and start winning fights.
Yeah, I really think Sneaky is going to have to emulate what Chaos did last game. I think he's going to have to land a couple huge arrows here. It's the only way I can really see that Lowland Lion's going to get the upper hand in those team fights.
Yeah, mid lane, I do apologise. The arrow does come out from Sneaky after Reginald does pop his armour on towards Mundo. As Sneaky is going to get stunned in. Chaos is going to come in for the support as well. As Shreyas has been popped. As Odd One is going to escape, but no kills are going to get exchanged there in that mid fight. But apologies there, Vince. Please carry on.
No, I was just going to say, Sneaky's going to have to start to land these big arrows and really kind of pick off players here, there, and everywhere and initiate the team fights there, because it's going to be difficult to see how Lowland Lions can really stand toe-to-toe with TSM in the 5v5s, and I'm just wondering if it's going to be a rinse and repeat of last game where we did see Chaos pick up a couple absolute sublime ultimates there and really turn it on for his team. And I think that's definitely one to watch out for, Enzi. When you start to see the likes of Baron play more of a factor, Ash Arrows can make or break this game for Lowland Lions.
Yeah, them Ash Arrows are going to be hugely instrumental for that Lowland Lions team. So we're just going to have to see how that one goes. But Funi could be biting the dust here. Wait, as popped his army, he's going to go on towards Darius. But Chaos is going to come around from the back. And he is going to go for that tower dive as the armor was popped from Darius. We are going to see a dead Funi. But is Darius going to drop? No, he is not. Odd One was there just in case. Another player from the Lowland Lions side was there, so nice team play coming out from TSM, and this is where they start to group up. This is where they're going to be the strongest. But saying that, Reginald is going to get chased down from Alistair and Rise. He has to be so careful. The Ash Arrow did miss as well. Nice attempt, but it was not to be. Otherwise, Reginald would definitely be a dead cannon right now. But yep, once again, like I said, top lane, that was very, very nice from Darius. And Chaos combination there. Renekton went in at, just wrong timing once again. I think I've seen that all through this game. Some of the timings have just been so unlucky from both teams, just been wrong. But it does happen. But 4 players are going to group up in the mid for TSM, although Nocturne is going to head over to his opposition jungle. Reginald and Leona are going to apply a bit of pressure in the mid. He is going to back away though, his X special back towards the jungle, as Reginald will back off as well, as he does try and get them raised, but ABABAB was there to stop him. And now we could see a dead Reggie, but no, he is going to lightning rush away. The cleaver did miss from Mundo, so he was not slowed, so Reginald will back off. And TSM are just going to be farming these creeps right now. But yet, nothing is going to come of that. Some close encounters, but nothing really to, write home with. As Funi has to be a bit careful. No, he's going to get away there. But I think Dragon is up soon. I think Baron is going to be a huge part in this matchup. Last game, we didn't actually see Baron being a you know, a huge game changer. I mean, I think Lowland Lions did get it, and despite that, you know, TSM did gain the advantage. So it's going to be interesting to see how later the game goes on, how it's going to really pan out. I think it still favors TSM, though, like I said. Only time will tell on how them plays will be executed. That's exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah, but I mean, Ash is on 308, 207 creep score, so she is nice and farmed and fed. But I mean, Corky has had that Trinity Force for the last 10 to 15 minutes. He completed that very, very early on, and he's going to be doing all kinds of damage. He's also added the Bloodthirster to that as well, so Corky going to be a real threat in those team fights, of course. But just having a quick mosey on there on the item build, you're going to have Kennen with an Abyssal Scepter, and Vladimir with an Hourglass. That is going to be so painful in those team fights once again. You know, Vladimir can go into a Sanguine Pool, come out of it, pop the Hourglass, invulnerability for 3 or 4 seconds right there. Kennen with the Abyssal Scepter as well, of course, is going to lower the magic resist. All kinds of damage will be done. So, again, reverting back to what I said before, Ash is going to have to step up here. Big time for Lowland Lions.
Absolutely, and Arrow did miss as well in mid a bit of time ago, I think about 10 or 15 seconds ago. So that was a play attempted, but it did fail. TSM do know that, maybe going to try and apply some pressure. And whilst all this standoff goes off in mid, bot lane, you know, Chaos is just going to farm straight towards their tower and just do some damage. So, you know, mid lane, TSM applying that pressure, the split push coming out, Chaos is going to rotate back towards the mid, make that transition. Gonna rocket jump over there as the turret does go down in mid. So beautiful play from Chaos right there, pushing Ash back. Ash did recall and he was able to take advantage of that, pushing straight towards the tower, and made, you know, Lowland Lions think, okay, we need to get to that tower right now. And you know, they backed off, and then TSM did claim that mid turret. So TSM doing the right thing right now. They're just applying pressure, you know, not just to one player, but globally around the map. They were just pushing that mid, they pushed that bot lane as well, just applying the pressure, not letting Lowland Lions breathe as such, as they are going to go back towards mid now. Lowland Lions going to farm these creeps up. Vlad and Corky going to go towards the blue area, down that river, and Reginald has to be careful. No, he should be safe, although it looks like Lowland Lions could possibly go for a Baron here. There is an Oracle on Tarzan right now, so they definitely know pings are going out though. So TSM know they're around here. They're very hungry for that Baron buff right now. Reginald is actually going to go back. Maybe going towards the buyer's window. He's going to pop that Orma, and the wrong time to go back. Reginald, as the Hourglass has been popped, but I don't think it's going to stop Darius from going. No, it is not. Darius is going to fall. This is going to allow Lowland Lions to capitalize on this one and maybe go for that Baron buff. Chaos is going to spam in towards that bush. Has to be careful he doesn't get snared from Rise, otherwise we could see a dead Corky on the cards. But yeah, they are going to start this Baron right now. It was just a bit of a bad timing from Reginald to go back. There wasn't even any war, so they didn't see that. They are actually shielding the Baron off from the likes of a Shuriken to come in, but a flash does come out from that Alistar, and here comes Odd One going straight in. He did get the steal. Odd One, you absolute ninja, is going to be able to get that steal down, and now Reginald goes in and applies pressure to the whole of Lowland Lions, and there's the double. Rise tries to get one back, he will. ABABAB bites the dust, and what looked like a Lowland Lions advantage has changed. The tides have completely changed, and now they're on the defensive. Lowland Lions have to back away, as 3 players already have fallen. A Baron buff has been stolen, and Chaos is hungry, and he needs feeding right now, as Funi is going to get chased down, and he should be able to go down, although Rise is there. And oh my god, 35 HP. Chaos so unlucky, was just a bit unfortunate. Rise did come to the rescue. Didn't want to get snared down, but that's got to be a Baron buff. 3 kills and a dragon in a 4v5 situation. Actually, I think it was 5v5 because he was able to get... No, it was a 4v5. I didn't see Vlad there.
Vlad got took out before, and I was really holding my breath. I was like, oh no, Dyrus, oh no, it's going to give them Baron. But massive, huge play from Odd One coming out, and these are the kind of moments that really turn the tides in a game. Definitely looking good for TSM right now. Got the Baron also ahead on gold for the first time, I believe, in this matchup. And they are actually ahead by 3 to 4k. So a big, big turnaround right now from TSM. And we called it before, NZ. Team fights, they are massively strong. 4v5 doesn't matter. Still going to win it.
Exactly, they picked both games now. They've picked a composition. You know, laning phase, you know, they might kind of, you know, lack But going into them team fights, they've got such a composition to fight with. You know, it's very hard to shut them down. You've got Leone, you've got Kennen, you've got Vlad. Vlad wasn't even in that battle. So it's just going to be interesting to see how good they're going to be with Vlad in there. They got the Baron steal. That was just beautiful from Odd1 right there. That's exactly what he's good at right there. Brilliant, brilliant steal coming in. Was able to give them Baron. TSM as well. Chaos was doing beautiful damage. He was on 274 creeps and 5 and 2. He has got the Black Cleaver right now. He has got the Bloodthirst and the Trinity Force to go along with that. So nice, nice stuff coming out from TSM. They are going to apply pressure now towards this mid. They at least want an inhibitor out of this and maybe a team fight 1. As they are going to back away now as they have pushed that lane. I think, you know, they're just going to be pushing all the lanes. They're going to try and steal the enemy buffs and then they're really going to go in for a team fight. They already got Dragon down, so it's just a matter of fact of a matter of time as TSM are just going to try and, you know, wait this one out. As an arrow did come in from Ash attempting to try and land on towards Chaos. But that is actually, I think, 4 arrows in a row that have actually missed from Lowland Lions right now.
It is, and you know, I said before, Ash really needs to land them. They need to pick off a player or two and then initiate afterwards on a weakened TSM lineup. Ash has not been landing the arrows. That is the big difference between Chaos and Sneaky so far in this matchup. Could prove to be critical. But all I'm going to say is look at Corky's items. That guy is going to... I actually feel a tiny bit in pain just looking at the item build. Black Cleaver, Bloodthirster and Trinity Force on Corky with a Baron as well. Ouchie.
Indeed, and TSM are going to get this mid turret as Renekton was at the top, Rise was at the bot, TSM split pushing to perfection, just like we said. 3 players in mid, one at bot lane. I think top lane was actually just getting farmed by Renekton, so he wasn't even having to go in there. Snare does come out on towards Reginald, but he is behind that wall, so they're not going to be able to capitalize on that. Reginald is going to be forced to go back, though. He has got that Woter, so he is just going to be farming them creeps, getting some HP back. As Lowland Lions look to maybe go on the offensive here as they are going towards Odd1 as the vision comes out from Ash as Fumi does dash through that wall. Reginald is on the complete opposite side of the map and there's the arrow finally landed. Odd1 goes down, Tarzan with the kill. And Reginald is on his way at bot lane trying to get these creeps down, maybe going for a tower or such as all players are at that top lane for Lowland Lions, so it'll be a great addition if Kennen can try and get at least one turret down, although top turret number 1 has gone down. Will top turret number 2 go down? That's the question that's going to be answered very, very shortly. Bot tower will go down though, courtesy of Reginald. And it looks like top tower 2 is going to be absolutely fine, as Reginald has to be very careful as ABABAB is there, but no players in support. So theoretically, Reginald could have gone in there, but he was a bit worried that maybe a couple players were lurking in the shadows and ready to jump out any time. But you know, it was great thinking of Reggie to go towards the bot lane, but at the same time, you know, they had Baron buff, they could have fought, and Lowland Lions, you know, just taken the right time to just pick off Odd1 right there.
Yeah, but it's not going to really do too much. I mean, yeah, they took Odd1 down, but really, so what at the end of the day? Odd1's going to respawn in, you know, pretty much right now, and it's going to be just back to basics once again. It's not a massive body blow for TSM. Of course, if this continues to happen, they're going to start to fall behind, but they have quite a big lead right now. So really, it's something big is going to have to come out from the Lowland Lions here. They're going to have to take down 2 or 3 players, I have to feel, and try and push some of those towers down, because right now they're 3 towers behind. That's a big deal.
Indeed they are. As TSM are going to go back towards mid, they are going to group up right now, and they are going to try and push maybe, or maybe even wait for that Baron buff to come up. Reginald does attempt that Sharkane, his Q on towards that Wraith camp, but obviously no Wraiths are there, so none connect. As Lowland Lions in reply just have to wait in this mid line, waiting for the right time, waiting for something to happen. It's kind of just one of them stages in the game where it's just backwards and forwards with the minion waves, and then a serious fight comes off and then it just decides the game. We are 40 minutes in, so you know the next fight will probably determine. Odd1 is going to pop his armor, actually Sneaky completely caught out of position. And there we go, Expansion was going to pick off that kill, but now 1 player down for Lowland Lions. Sneaky getting caught out there, not completely sure what he was going to do, what he was trying to do there. 2 players will miss on the radar, and you know, you've got the likes of an Odd1. on a Nocturne who can just come out of nowhere and proc that fear off, and then boom. You're a dead player. Anyway, TSM are going to take advantage of this opportunity. They haven't got Ash right now. They are going to dive on towards this turret. Hourglass should be popped soon, but the Shroud is going to come in instead. Odd One will drop Funi, and ABABAB will fall as well. Tarzan extremely low. Rise is going to bite the dust. Corky is going to get that kill. And there we go. There's the tower, and surely the inhibitor is going to go down. And probably the game is going to end very shortly, although Reggie's on literally no HP. So has to be careful here. Doesn't want to get caught out a bit too much, but Tarzan is extremely tanky, can just run straight in and try and harass as much as possible on towards TSM. But they are going to get both turrets down now. Arrow comes out, Darius could fall. No, he is not. Instead, Reginald is going to come in, as he did have that woe. The stun comes in as well. Is Sneaky going to die under the tower? No. The Nexus does go down. And despite a very rocky start for TSM, they managed to fight their way back. And, you know, with a composition like that in team fights, you can't blame him. Very nice comeback for TSM, and all around great play.
Yeah, it was just a case for them to weather the storm, NC. They had a really poor start. I don't think anyone can really deny that. I think they were 11-3 behind at one stage, somewhere around that vicinity, and wasn't looking too good. But they managed to just kind of chug along, keep themselves in contention. They knew as soon as it got into the team fighting stage, they had the likes of Vladimir and Kennen that could just put down so much pain on the opposition. And it kind of just escalated out of control, NC. You know, we were saying that Sneaky wasn't landing his arrows. At the end of the day, there's a slight amount of luck in that. You know, you kind of fire an arrow down the middle and you hope it hits somebody, but he couldn't really do much. He was farmed, he was fed, but the rest of his team were dying to it early, and it's very difficult for the likes of an Ash to really get down the Vladimir because he had the Hourglass and the pool as well. So just overall, TSM had the huge upper hand, the massive advantage on Team Comp alone. They managed to convert that into the victory. So commiserations to Lone Lions. They're going to be knocked out of the Corsair Vengeance Cup. This, of course, is a lower bracket, so they don't have anything to fall back on. And TSM are going to move through to the semi-finals of the lower brackets, I believe, now against Teamless.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that game is going to be coming up very shortly. It's going to be in about 30 minutes or 40 minutes. It is scheduled to start, guys, so, you know, just hang around, go get a drink, go get someone to eat, whatever you like to do. In the spare time, probably could fit a LoL game in, actually. So, yeah, guys, don't go anywhere. In about 40-30 minutes, we are going to see Teamless face off against TSM, and, you know, it's going to be a great game.